I ask the waterfall for its name and number. It asks for my mist, my roar, the luck of my throat, the grief and release of my endless lead. Good evening, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much, Danielle, for those kind words that you said just now. I appreciate it. It was a fun interview. The Catalog of Broken Things came out about almost 2 years ago now. With my new book just around the corner, that's probably the last time I'm going to focus on it. So to talk a little bit about it, it consists of 4 longer poems. The title poem, The Catalog of Broken Things, is about family. It's about family figures, real and imaginary. And I'll just give you a small example from that. So this is from the Catalog of Broken Things. Let me move things around. I let my dead mother in. She's lonely out there on her own. Her ears are seashells, empty of sea. She carries me among her bones where her womb was. The moon, a breath away, at that fact, I leak into the moment. Linger. Death holds my hand, listens. I want to stop, to go back, to think it through before being. Shadows, watch out for me. My mother brings a pillow full of her own hair. Soft like dawn, she grew it all her life. And after, she sleeps lighter with her head on her own past. The past, her only coin. Her lips don't move. She says, "Where is your passport?" I don't have it. I don't need it yet. Her eyes are flowers, but softer. I hope you pick up the book and read the rest of the poem. I was asked to read from this piece called Your Life as It Is, and it's available in 2 formats. It's available as an individual chapbook on the left, to your right actually, and it's one of the 4 poems in my collection. The version of the collection is just a little bit updated, but not in any fundamental way. So I'll read from that, and these are prose poems, so bear with me. As I use repetitive imagery that is harder to reproduce with a sample, but I'll do my best, and we'll see where it takes us. It's called Your Life as It Is. You wake up in the morning. You go outside. This is your life as it is. You wake up in the morning and get out of bed. The carnival is in town. The signs are unmistakable. The calliope song, the smells, the excited voices. Your husband is making breakfast. He's humming to himself. You would rather have silence, but you will not say anything. Last year's footprint is this year's mudslide. The pawns are running an election to select a king. You receive your own radio transmission from the future. It's encrypted. You don't know the cipher yet. You go outside. The bright red sunset is the same as last time. You wake up in the morning, nothing is out of the ordinary. You count to 100. This is the time you allow yourself before you get out of bed and start your day. Your dog runs in with a toy in his mouth. He wants to play. And you have too much to do. You pet him absent-mindedly. The hair on his muzzle is gray, just like you remember. Your interaction with yourself assumes the form of monologue. You often refer to yourself as he. You refer to others too infrequently. The king walks off the board, indifferent to the battle other pieces wage. The radio transmission disclosed that something was missing, and now you know what it is. You are a blind person. You go outside, it's raining. It has been raining for days. The rain is the sound it makes. Your wet hair. You try to imagine what it might look like, but you have no frame of reference. You wake up in the morning, a boom microphone is placed over your bed, and in the window a poorly concealed camera muzzle can be seen. Perhaps there is a better way, one you have not thought of. The best answers to your questions always come to others. Your silence is not your own. Your family, real and imaginary, owns all the answers. Your blind eyes hunger for visual information, a hope that one day you might miraculously regain your sight has never quite left you. Despite the utter absurdity of such a hope, you have heard that inexplicable things are likely to happen at a moment's notice. The knights suffer from neck pain caused by the crooked moves they are forced to make. You go outside and find yourself on a rapidly moving train. A little boy peeks at you from the seat ahead. When you smile to him, he flashes a return smile and hides his face. Life is a series of curious glances, exploratory words, shy smiles. You wake up in the morning, but it's dark outside. You could be in the far north. The stars are all missing. The world must have run out of light. Everything is encrypted, and you don't know the cipher yet. You were willing to share your time with others, but others did not share with you. Your supplies have run dry. The blind person is at the end of the block, waving a cane. You know the signals are meant for you. You can't remember how you concluded this. The smile on the king's face is guarded, as if he were trying to encourage you without offering any concrete guarantees. The ambulance arrives to pick up the pawns wounded in the battle. You receive a transmission from the past, but you can't remember who sent it. You go outside. Then you realize that you have forgotten all your things. You want to go back in, but the door through which you came out is missing, replaced by a concrete wall. You are completely naked on a windy street. You wake up in the morning. You are in the middle of a vast empty square, sharp nails of skyscrapers piercing the clouds. You must be here for a meeting, but you can't remember with whom. The buildings are identical. Your dead mother is surprised to see you. Her lips move, but no sound is produced. You realize that you have gone deaf. You try to read her lips, but they don't appear to form words. You take her by the hand to guide her out of this place, Her hand is small. Your history is more ancient with every day. Before a moment
Carlos,
passes.
214, please. Carlos, 214. Thank you.
Before a moment passes, it is already registered in the catalog of the past. The catalog is not alphabetized. A few pawns are picking on a rook in the space between the ocean and the river. You go outside, but the outside is gone. It's like a vast empty field, but without a field. It's like you, but without you. You have brought a library of building blocks from which you will construct it all over, every day. You must create yourself and the world around you. This is your life as it is. Thank you, guys. Okay, and so my next book is called Application of Shadows. It's coming out at the end of September. It's planned at the end of September anyway, from Main Street Rag. And there's a current pre-sale going out for these. That's just $8 plus shipping. So if you're interested, pick up the flyer. This collection also has several longer poems. My third collection will come out next year, and that will have short poems, like for contrast. Anyway, so this one has 5 long poems, and I'm just gonna do one that's one of the shortest, and then some samples from a second, and that will hopefully give you an idea of the themes that the second book works on. So this next piece is called Survivor's Guilt. You raise your hand, and the moon is back. In the forest, a tree falls, its roots centuries old, my mouth, its own witness. My silence lies black upon the land, but if I say the wrong words, darkness will have its way too soon. You are not in this scene. Imagining is my way of touch. You are the tree. The river and the sky speak the same language. Years don't change, but we shrink. I remember your glazed eyes, bony hands, smiles addressed not to me, but to something bigger. Darkness is warm in my mouth. The tree listens to my breath. The moon drops its anchor in the river. You raise your hand, and the river stands still. In the mirror, everything like yesterday, your wrinkles smooth. If I said the right words, I would know a way out. My mouth, its own weapon. If I scream, the emptiness is more true. You dropped anchors in my eyes to pull on me forever. Serpentine thoughts climb the sky, blinks. I remember your thin arms, bony shoulders, a universe dries in me, a dead oasis of stars. The mirror sings, its shards fall back into place in my cheeks. You and I share the same body. trees linger in growth and in fall, years shred like fluff in the mirror. Its weight upon me, faces waiting to become true, faces of the future dead. My own time is soft in my mouth. If I stop speaking to you, darkness will swallow you faster. Thank you. I appreciate that. So the final piece that I'm reading tonight is a longest sample, and it's from a piece called Time and Absence. I don't know if Chris is here tonight. You might remember Reagan Linde and I performed this at your series with performed it with a guitarist named Reagan Linde, who's a person I sometimes do readings with. So that was memorable, and I think maybe even a video is available online. So these are some selections from this piece called Time and Absence, which will be in the next collection. Just 11 people died as I said this line. May someone remember this?
It starts down here and then continues on to the other side. It's ordered by...
Let's count silences. Let's share absence. On the vast snowfield of life's empty page, our words are grains of sand. How much sand does it take to defeat entropy? And yet, we are a story that took 14 billion years to write itself. And I wonder about all that sand, all that snow. I wrap myself in a cloud and float away like that kiss from years ago. Nothing bothers me. The silence empties itself into the cup of your hand, and time is useless. When nothing remains, I wrap myself in a cloud and float, effortless. I'm a man, a memory, a life, I'm a meaning. Have a chance to rust, have a nice go with it. Let your molecules oxidize, release control. There will be more of you, more of everyone. Let time envelop you, swallow you, release your atoms, exchange thoughts with lapping water drops as you acquire color. Celebrate silence, remain cheerful as you disappear. A melody doesn't exist all at once. We hear a memory, enjoy an absence. We pretend that the past is a living reference, that the moments comprising our lives make sense as a whole, that a note ago we were the same, that a song feels our presence, that a chord struck at birth still rings true when we die. We believe that a melody remembers us. Escape slowly like wind from a bottle. The word is not afraid, and neither is the light. If distances are longer than we thought, you should not collapse. Get your folded life in line for your birthday. You must match expectations you don't understand. Listen and speak when you hear silence. Spark, if you can spark, let me hear you. When I step outside, let me be alone. Let me be with you. In my worst case scenario, the wolves are in the kitchen, the candle is lit. In my worst case scenario, we have a fight, then one of us dies. In my worst case scenario, I wake up and nothing is ready for the day, and there is no day. In my worst case scenario, the freeway comes to an end, but you don't notice. You will keep driving for as long as I remember you. May your trip be long. Drift, drift, let the world imagine you. Someone loves you all life long and has no part of you. A memory of silence, an encyclopedia of mysteries, a rainbow of darkness. Someone you wanted desperately is not in your life. Let the world drift through you as it chooses its stories. Listen, make me listen to be. I don't know you. Let me stay, let me imagine you from a distance. Disappear in light like so many fading suns. Explode in silence. Memory in melting death in process, hope and melody. If whispers could touch your skin, I'd bathe you in a lullaby. Tell me all you know in one sentence. I unfold the ocean and let it spread over the table. The future doesn't bother me. You're floating there on a boat too small to see. I become one of those who watch you from the distance. Let me know if the years we have are enough for us. Can I express absence more vividly than by keeping silent? I fold the distance in half and then in half again until you're close. I stay and wait while you answer. Whisper me into space. I want the darkness of galaxies to converge on me. List my name in a catalog of falling stars on a page whose number is unimaginable. I insist on being a part of an infinite cube of digits. I demand a microscopic space within the rain of light years. Make me a smiling atom hiding in a friendly molecule. Remember me into darkness. Imagine me into silence. Thank you.